Hey, it's Coach Jamila. I'm just going to jump right in with this really quick video talking about a subject that's very important to me. It's kind of where I started on this whole journey of personal transformation earlier this year, and that is on how to get unstuck. I personally felt stuck as far as when it came to my business. If you yourself are an entrepreneur, have your own home-based business, maybe you've even felt this way to where you just felt like you didn't feel like doing anything really to move your business forward. You just kind of wanted to have it happen, and you didn't really understand why you felt like you didn't know where to go or what to do or how to get motivated. Well, that's where I was at. And so the first step that I would suggest you take is to start doing your research. That's step one. Start doing your research. Start watching. You can search how to get unstuck on YouTube and find tons of different videos from other motivational, inspirational speakers and trainers, TEDx talks, things like that, and start picking up on different perspectives of the issue. And through that process, be able to identify and find what the real culprit is behind why you aren't making any moves. It could be that you are experiencing failure to launch, where you've done all this research, all this preparation, and you put absolutely nothing into action because you're so busy focusing on activities that may be necessary but are not really important. They're not making you any money. They're not getting you into conversations with potential clients or customers. I'm speaking from the standpoint if you're an entrepreneur or business owner. Yeah, that's failure to launch. So you could be there, or you could be like me where you're just stuck. You're like, what do I even do? I don't even, what's the point of this, whatever. And my culprit was that I had actually lost my belief in myself. I didn't believe in myself anymore. And I actually did a video about that that you can find on my YouTube channel and see for yourself how, that came to be and then how I overcame it. So that was my culprit. So step one, again, do the research, start watching, reading, learning about being stuck, identify what the culprit is. And then once you identify it, that leads to step two. Now, once you identify what the culprit is, then what you need to do is you need to address the issue with practical steps. And so by practical, that means literal, tangible things that you can do every day that you're trying to fix the problem. And so for me, that lack of believing in myself was obviously linked to some events that had happened. So I had to really think back on those events, dissect them, and really determine now how that turned out, or the reason for that not working out the way that I wanted it to. Was that my fault? Did I bear 100% of the responsibility, or did I even have any responsibility for it? And what it boiled down to is really no. I was just blaming myself, because who else you're going to blame? And really kind of being the type of person that doesn't really accept well the fact that I can't control certain things. And so with things being out of my control and turning out poorly, I just naturally blamed myself, said, nothing I do works out, I can't succeed, whatever. And so I identified my culprit as a lack of belief in myself. And so with that, I knew that that was linked to negative thinking. I'm telling myself, you can't do that. Yeah, you tried that. You didn't, you failed, whatever. And so, and linked with that lack of self-belief was self-doubt. Like, even if I thought I could do it, it's like, yeah, but the last time it didn't work out, right? Remember that? Yeah. So the way that I chose to address it is through positive affirmations. And you'll see me talk about that a lot, especially if you're on my Instagram or my IGTV. I talk about Instagrams and my Instagram stories. But I think they're just very important because you're always having a conversation in your head. So this idea that you don't need to tell yourself what to think, please, if you can learn to control your thoughts, what you are consciously thinking about and what you allow in and to influence you, if you're aware of it and you're able to prevent and block, because we're always being influenced by the people around us, by television, what we watch on the computer, whatever. And so if you can be conscious and aware of your thinking and identify when it's not working for you, when you're basically sabotaging yourself, and turn it around and start speaking positive things to yourself, taking care of yourself, on a mental level, that's good. So that's what I had to do was I identified, that negativity, and the practical step that I took was through positive affirmations. And of course, those grow and change and evolve as you grow and change and evolve because, once you kind of get to a certain level, you don't need to affirm the same things anymore. You need to affirm where you want to go next, what needs to happen next. So yeah, they grow and they change. And so that's was that first practical step that I took for myself that helped me kind of start getting out of that particular rut. Now, the third step is you need to take, or you need to actually force yourself. This is the third one, is you have to force yourself to do at least one thing a day that is actually a productive task that's going to lead you to the goal or whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. So for me, it was with my business. And so that one thing that I forced myself to do, which I wanted to do it anyway, it was going to happen. And that was, for me, I started to work out, right? But the working out wasn't what I had to force myself to do. What I had to force myself to do was to get back connected into social media and to get consistent with my posting. And so I just said, okay, I'm going to work out and post my workout every day, talk about, this every day, because my business, a component of my business is helping people improve their health and fitness and nutrition. And so people don't know who you are. And so, but by me being consistent and putting it out there that, yeah, I walk the walk, I'm not just telling people what to do, I'm doing it myself, then it built that credibility. It builds credibility. So credibility and trust and honesty and all those things are built through consistency. And so even if I couldn't or didn't do anything else, I knew, okay, this is at least the one thing that I can do right now is I'm going to do my workout anyway, because I want to do that because I'm trying to get my post-baby body back. Hello. And I have gotten results. But I can do that. I can do that every day. So that third step again is you need to identify just one thing, one action item that you are going to force yourself to do every single day, no matter what. And it needs to be something, if you're a business owner, that's putting you out there as far as putting you in a place to where you're going to come in contact with potential customers or clients and make money, because you're in business to make money. Unless you're a nonprofit, you're in business to make money. And so there are a lot of things that you can get caught up on doing, like, working on your website or doing all this other miscellaneous stuff that's not going to make you any money. And so make sure that that thing that you're forcing yourself to do every day is an action item that is going to move you towards your goal or whatever it is you should be doing. So just to review again, if you are feeling stuck, number one, start watching and reading anything and everything you can get your hands on that has to do with how to get unstuck. And through that process, as you're hearing these different perspectives, identify what the true culprit is, what that inner limiting belief is that's got you where you're at. And then focus your research on that topic and dig down in there and see if you can't identify some other suggestions or things that you can do, which leads to the second point. Take practical steps to address that singular issue that you're able to identify. Now, that's not saying that it's not a multiple things as to why you're feeling stuck, but there is one big culprit there, and that's the one you want to address. And once you identify that, then you want to take practical steps, and that means doing physical activity, whatever, doing something to start addressing the issue. Okay, like I said, for me, I started identify what those negative thoughts were and started trying to replace them with positive ones. And then that final third step is to force yourself to do at least one thing every day that is an action item that is consistent with your goal, that's going to get you there. And like I said, that's going to build that consistency, because in order to reach any goal and have long-term success, consistency is the key. If you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, you will never accomplish anything. So anyway, those are my 3 tips for getting unstuck. If you enjoyed this video, please follow me if you're on Instagram. Please subscribe if you're on my YouTube. And please, if you'd like to get a free PDF copy of my How to Get What You Want process, visit my website at coachjamila.com and subscribe.